Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we'll be reviewing the Borealis Leviathan. That's right, their powder quiver killer with swallowtail. This board features Borealis's Blizzard camber profile, which is rocker in the nose, setback camber, little rocker in the tail. Basically it's going to help with pow float in the front and ease of entry into turns. You're going to get snap and pop and drive off the middle where the camber is, and then you got that rocker in the tail that's going to help you just exit out of turns. This board is only available in a 164. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on a day that was overcast. There was a little bit of wind, there was fresh snow, heavy wind-loaded snow, scraped off snow, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. Clearly a directional flex. So what you have is an ever slightly softer nose, and then right in front of that front insert pack, it just stiffens up, but it stays progressively stiff until about the tail. Then it gets a little bit stiffer. There's a moderate amount of torsional give, but not a crazy amount to it. Overall, this board feels like a middle-of-the-road free ride flex to it. Now with that said, this board is smooth like butter, yet damp and stable. It's one of those boards that, due to its size, you might get a little flap at high speed in the nose, but it never really resonates back underfoot, and it just plows through everything in its path. It just busts under. Like getting into heavy wind-loaded snow, you didn't really have to worry about anything. It just sort of just blasted right through and kept on going. What I do want to talk about is this very drastic flex point that's right inside that back binding. This just changes the whole dynamic of the board. You'll notice when you're on your back foot and you're steering or anything, it just wants to elevate. And even though it's got camber and you load the board, it flexes right there so drastically. Like when you're on edge, you can really push off that back foot and almost steer everything off the back foot. Yes, it engages off the front, but you can steer it off the back. But yeah, that flex point right there, very defined, very aggressive, and really helps this board. I won't lie, I didn't even try to butter with this thing. Not once. Not once. This board transitions from toe to heel with very minimal effort. It's very easy to engage a carve on this board. You start by driving it right off the front, that's how it engages, and then when you hit that flex point right in front of the back binding, it steers off the back foot. It drastically changes the dynamic of how you drive this board. This board rips carves. It's fucking phenomenal on edge. I cannot stress that enough. It's one of those boards that just cuts through everything. You want to lay a trench, go for it. You want to do a tight little quick carve, do it. Doesn't really matter. It's got everything covered. This board is just super solid on edge. So who's this board for? Obviously it's for a powder hound. I mean, it's got slam back inserts, it's got a swallowtail, you got a drastic nose with setback, you got taper. It's a powder board, and this is for powder hounds. Comparable boards: the Endeavor Archetype, the Weston Japao, the Telos Ride and Seek. This board is a blast to ride. It floats exceptionally well in powder. I mean, obviously, look at it. But when you get it onto a groomer and you got to carve with it to get back to the chairlift, it doesn't let you down. It's nimble, it's damp, it's stable, it's everything you could want. The only downside is the size of this thing kind of sucks when you get into really tight trees. But then again, this isn't a board for really tight trees. This is for wide open bowls. This has been my review of the Borealis Leviathan. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really want to support us and you just really want to see us grow out what we're doing over here, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.